Oh, hello everyone! It's holiday season here on my channel. There's a couple reasons why I wanted to start my holiday videos early this year. One, because I'm really excited for the holidays and I was like, why not start in November? And two, I am definitely a planner and I like to look up gift guides and recipes, and I like to think about my outfits before the holidays are actually upon us. So if any of you are thinking about what you want to buy for the holidays, then these videos would be coming before we're like in the midst of holiday season. I just thought it would be fun to sink into the holiday mood early. So I'm starting off with one of my favorite categories, my Christmas sweaters. Oh, I just love these sweaters so much. Every year when I wear them, people always ask where they're from. They're from Amazon, but they are not available on Amazon anymore. And it's such a bummer because look at this sweater. It has penguins on it and they're wearing palm hats and the palms are real. I believe one palm fell off of this penguin last year and it made me really sad. No! A palm just came off of my sweater. Another sweater that I have that I really love is this one. This is another one that people definitely comment on. So it has reindeer all over it, but if you look closely, there's one that's not like the others. Sir Rudolph right there. The last one I have worn on, I think, Christmas Eve quite a bit, and also on Christmas Day, like in the evening. And I love it because it's not totally Christmassy, like there are cherries on this sweater, but the colors of red and green and the sequins make it feel super festive. I've worn it with jeans, I've worn it with dressier pants, and I love wearing it with a red lip. This is from Forever 21, but it was gifted to me. And when I saw this, I immediately knew that I would wear it as a holiday sweater. I really had to stop myself from wearing them today because I was like, I need to ease into the holiday sweaters. I'll start off with something more neutral, and then as we get closer to Christmas, then I'll start wearing these guys in my videos. Moving into makeup, I have 3 lip products here because I'm definitely a shades of red person during the holidays. I mean, all year round, but really during the holidays. So I thought that I would share some of my favorite reds. The first 2 are true lipsticks. They are the Laura Mercier Velour Extreme Matte lipsticks, and I have the color Fire and then also the color Power. Fire is an orangey red, and then Power is a cool red. So you can see what they look like. And today I actually topped Power with my Fresh Sugar in the City lip treatment. So this is a tinted lip balm. I put it right next to Power on my hand. You can see how the 2 colors really complement each other, and I put this over the top of the lipstick today because I wanted a little bit of a blackberry color in there, and I also wanted moisture because my lips can definitely dry out during this time of the year. But I love my Sugar in the City lip treatment because I can wear it really sheer on my lips and it just adds a nice tint of color, or I can build it up and get more color, and I can also layer it with my favorite lipsticks as well. And it is limited edition, so if you are thinking about maybe getting it as a holiday gift, I would definitely encourage you to do it sooner rather than later because it won't be around forever. And while we're talking about Sugar in the City, I'm actually going to be doing an event tomorrow on November 2nd at the new Nordstrom in New York City. It's gonna be at the Beauty Haven in the new Nordstrom, and I'm going to be there. Erica is actually going to be interviewing me. I'll be able to say hi to everyone and meet everyone there, so I would love it if you are in New York City to come by and say hi. It's gonna be from 2 to 4 p.m. on November 2nd at Beauty Haven in the new Nordstrom in New York City. And if you want all of the details, you can go to my Instagram because I'll have a post there sharing all of the details there as well. Next up, I have some hair accessories. So I actually have a hair clip in my hair today, and I've really been liking these hair clips because I am a hair tucker, which means I tend to just always have my hair behind my ears because I don't like it when my hair is in my face. So even if I go like this, I eventually end up going like this. And this is just something that I do all day long. So it's actually really great to have a hair clip that holds my hair back. I also really love these hair clips because they remind me of being a kid, and I would actually wear them like this, which I don't think is a look that I can pull off. I wish I could tell you where these were from. These were gifted to me when I was in Paris. They were in a gift bag, and I have spent so much time Googling these freaking hair clips. Wavy gold hair barrette with pearl on it, single pearl. Like, I've tried every combination and I cannot find where these clips originated from. So I'm sorry, I can't give you more information. Next, candles. I love some candles, but especially during the holidays. This is the Diptych New York candle. This definitely has a woody scent to it, and that is the kind of scent that I really gravitate towards. There is vetiver in here. There's also incense in here. I will say I don't think this smells like New York City, at least, but I can see how this might smell like New York State, especially when you go upstate. If you can't find the Diptych New York candle, Jo Malone sells a candle all year round, which is incense and embers. And this is a really beautiful candle. They are very similar, although I will say that incense and embers has more of a lightness to it. So I feel like there is more of a like balsamy or like fir scent. It smells like you're sitting next to a fireplace in a leather chair, like in a cabin with a big balsam fir tree next to you, and you're taking in all the scents. That's what it smells like, maybe with a book too. The other candles that I want to mention are also all by Jo Malone. Jo Malone makes the best limited edition holiday candles. My absolute favorite last year was pine and eucalyptus. Oh my gosh, it is exactly what it sounds like. Just so festive, so fresh. And I loved having it like in my kitchen area because I thought it wasn't super overpowering. It would linger into the living room area, and I really loved that. With these two candles, I would not put these in a kitchen area because I think they're a little heavy for a kitchen. This is definitely something I would put in a living room, maybe a bedroom, because they do kind of have like a sensual quality to them as well. The next one I really love from Jo Malone is the Almond and Macaroon. This is actually the only sweet smelling candle that I like these days. I used to really like things like Bath and Body Cupcake and things like that when I was younger, but now sweeter candles are just not really my thing. But the Almond and Macaroon from Jo Malone is lovely. It does have that like sweet, I'm baking cookies kind of scent to it, but it's not overpowering. It doesn't give me a headache. It doesn't feel like too much. Walking into a space, being welcomed by that subtle sweetness, I think is really amazing during the holidays. Wow, I didn't realize I was like so passionate about candles until I really got into like explaining my process and my thoughts. So that's a peek inside my brain. Next up is stuff that you can drink and eat. Probably one of my favorite categories. There's a place in New York City that I love called Bozy Tea Parlor. It is exactly what you think it is. It is a tea parlor filled with every and all kinds of tea that you could ever imagine. I have been going to Bozy Tea Parlor for years, and my favorite tea there is the almond cookie Rooibos tea, and it is a decaf tea. It is just my favorite holiday tea, and I feel like the celestial tea was kind of like my version of getting it at like a grocery store, but now that they sell their teas online and I live in New York City, I can just get my actual favorite all the time. For cookies, these technically aren't a holiday cookie, but I am obsessed with them. I just recently started buying these at Trader Joe's. They are the bite-sized crispy cookies filled with Belgian chocolate, and I love these because I love Milano cookies, like on another level kind of love. And I specifically like the double chocolate ones. And these are exactly like the double chocolate Milanos, except they are in a circle shape and they're about this big. Oh, they are so good. Tato's back from his walk with my mom. There he is. Now we're gonna get into maybe the category that I am the most excited about. And if you saw how excited I was with the candles and the food, I'm very excited about Christmas movies. So I have two categories here. I'm dividing them between Christmas trash movies and then just like more classic Christmas movies. So Christmas trash, in my definition, these are movies that are not necessarily the highest quality in terms of their production or storyline, but they are still delightful enough to watch. And because I'm someone that tends to consume things with a critical eye, I love these movies during the holiday season because I turn off that switch inside of myself and I just let myself veg out and enjoy these bad but good movies. And so that's what a Christmas trash movie is for me. Last year I talked a lot about the movies I was watching over the holidays, and everyone was like super into it, and it seemed like a lot of you were also watching these movies too, so I'm glad that I'm surrounded by good company because I really love these movies and I have a lot of opinions about them too. You know that I'm gonna be on Instagram reviewing the new Christmas trash movies that come out this year because they are just, that's my passion project for the holidays, watching Christmas trash. It's a delightful genre, but it can also get a little weird too. So there's a line that I try not to cross. Merry Christmas being that line last year. Low level, base tier Christmas trash for me. So we're gonna start at top tier and work my way down. So my number one choice is definitely The Christmas Prince. This is just a recent classic. I feel like everyone who watches it is like, oh my God, why am I watching this movie? But also at the same time, I can't stop watching it. This is a movie about a journalist who travels to the country of Aldovia. So this is a movie that you watch if you want royals, deception, but like the really predictable, fluffy version of all of that. And this is, for me, the epitome of like that top tier creme de la creme, where it's like bad, but really just good enough to keep watching. A lot of these Christmas trash movies tend to take place in small countries that tend to follow a similar theme, and I think you will catch this theme once I get to my number 4 pick. Oh, and I also love The Christmas Prince because Rose McIver is in it, and if you watched iZombie, it is the same actress and she is just awesome. I love when some of my favorite actresses go into making these movies because I feel like they totally know what they're getting into and they are fans of these movies too, and they're just like, cool, I'm gonna do this. I'm an amazing actress and I also love Christmas trash movies and I'm gonna do one. Going into my number 2 pick, which is The Christmas Inheritance. This also has another one of my favorite actresses. She plays Clark on The 100 and she is the main character in The Christmas Inheritance. Basically, this is a movie about a young woman who is set to inherit a family business, and she's sent to this small town to learn about how the small family business was formed, and she gets transformed by said small town in the span of 48 hours. So it's that big city to small town story, and a major transformation happens in a very short amount of time, but Andie MacDowell is in this movie and that makes it real good. Now, number 3 is officially taking us into the mid-level tier of Christmas trash movies. So my number 3 pick is the lesser known classic, which is The Christmas Spirit. This is a juicy one. This is where it starts getting a little like iffy with the storyline because you're like, okay, these other ones were already kind of like tiptoeing around the line of like what's acceptable to watch here, but the Christmas spirit is really like pushing the boundaries. Basically, the main character in this story, she is trying to sell this old property, but the property is haunted by, wait for it, a ghost, and wait for it, he's very handsome. Big city to small town story with a dash of ghosts. That's what we all need at Christmas, right? The last one on my list is actually a movie that came out last year, and it is The Princess Switch. This has our queen, Vanessa Hudgens, in it. Oh, love it when my favorite actresses do these movies. I just love it so much. This is basically the delightfully fluffy, super predictable version of like The Princess Diaries meets The Parent Trap with Vanessa Hudgens, and it takes place in the small country of, I wrote this down, Belgravia. If you're going to a small country in one of these Christmas movies, it has to end in Via. So those are all of the Christmas trash movies that I would recommend watching. When I said that Merry Christmas was my line, that was like, we're going into basically unwatchable territory. And I like to stay in like the still watchable territory. But, you know, if you really want to go there, you can also watch Merry Christmas. And I'm not even going to give you a synopsis of that one. By the way, last year, a sequel to The Christmas Prince did come out, The Royal Wedding. I did not like it as much as the original. That is my opinion, and I stand by that. Now moving into regular movie genre. I guess these are more like rom-com movies, but my first choice for movie to watch during the holiday season is definitely Serendipity. It's not necessarily like a holiday themed movie, but because the two characters meet at Christmas time, it is a movie that kind of sets that tone. And I have always really loved Serendipity. It is one of my all-time favorite rom-coms. It has Kate Beckinsale and John Cusack in it, and it all starts with a glove at Christmas time. The next movie, gotta put You've Got Mail in here, especially because it is on Prime right now, and You've Got Mail is just one of my favorite movies of all time. Meg Ryan, Tom Hanks, books, Christmas time. I'm sure all of you have seen You've Got Mail, although I will say Erica had never seen You've Got Mail before. She watched it for the first time recently with me, and I was like, see what you were missing out on? And there's that moment at the end where it's like if you've seen the movie, you know what that move is. Oh, that is just the moment of the entire movie. Oh, it's just so good. You gotta watch it. It's just a great movie in general, but at Christmas time, the ultimate. And then the last one I'm gonna touch on is one that I feel like is a well-known movie, but I don't really hear people talking about it as much. I feel like Love Actually gets all of the attention around the holidays, but The Holiday is fantastic. Kate Winslet's character lives in England and Cameron Diaz is in Los Angeles, I believe. It's about these women who are basically trying to get away from like their usual lives during the holiday season, and the story that unfolds from there. So if you love an American in England and a British person in the United States, this is the movie for you. As you can see, I am very energized by talking about all things holiday season, especially movies. And if you would like to know my take on the new movies that are gonna be coming out this year, which I'm hoping they're gonna be coming out soon, follow me on Instagram because I will definitely be sharing my takes on 2019 Christmas trash. And I would also love to know your recommendations because this was a very spirited conversation last year and I loved it. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell button because I have lots of holiday videos coming your way and I'm very excited about all of them. I will see you guys next week. Bye.